We're developing this website. It's called BeautifulSoup.com. So any questions, feedback, or complaints are more than welcome. I could address and change the website straight away. Yes, we have that eye tracker. Could be improved. We could actually do something with Claude quickly, but also, yeah, OpenAI ChatGPT is down. It says partial outage, both for API and yeah, performance issues, major issues. Yeah, it's not loading previous chats. That's not good, is it? Can you start a new one? We use the canvas because Claude has this nice canvas. It's actually working. A single page. Single page applications. That's right. Yeah, we like vanilla JavaScript and HTML. Yeah, if you already started a chat and then you go voice chat, I think it's sending you to the previous model. That will be with the black circle and not the blue one, I think. Oh, the microphone is muted. Is it because I'm using it for the stream? Wait a sec. So we have an application for such occasions. Occasion application. Does it rhyme? Not really. Occasion application. Yeah, we have this real-time visualizer. Does that so this transcribing everything I say. Okay, and that works.
You're right, it doesn't rhyme at all. Would you like me to rephrase it more rhythmically?
Oh, I think there was an actual problem. Was there a problem? Turn off microphone. Is the microphone?
Ah, yes, I see now. You avoid acronyms like SPA for clarity. Let me re-explain. A single-page application is a type of web app that doesn't reload the entire page when navigating. It updates content dynamically, making it...
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so... Yeah, if you start the new chat, then you're going to be using the new model, the one with the blue screen. Okay, can you give a quick... Why the microphone? Is the microphone muted or not? Why is it muted by default? And I can't unmute it. Okay, that's something to do with my browser, is it? Okay, we're getting into problems pretty quickly. Well,
Yep.
Yeah, there's currently an issue with OpenAI, with ChatGPT. Yeah, there's a partial outage, so I think that might be the cause.
Yep.
Okay, I actually gave it an instruction to say yep unless I ask a specific question.
Got it. Do you have a specific question for me?
Yeah, can you tell me who am I?
Sure. You're a developer focusing on biomedical data applications.
Yeah, that's fine. Can we move? So we actually using another bot. If you can create instructions for us, we're trying to develop a chatbot.
Absolutely. If you're using an Arduino board for a chatbot, you'll likely integrate it with a computer or a Raspberry Pi for more complex processing.
No, we're not using an Arduino board, we're just using the web, just using a browser.
Got it. For a web-based chatbot, you'll want to use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Here's a basic outline. 1. Create an HTML file for the structure of your chatbot interface.
No, we have that running already. We're getting more advanced now. We essentially want the bot. We would like actually we would like a Python script that will generate a JSON file from all the data available on our website, the one that we are developing.
To generate a JSON file from your website's data using a Python script, you can use the requests library to fetch data from your site and then process it into a JSON format. Here's a basic example. Import requests. Replace your website URL with the URL you want to fetch data from. URL equals your website URL.
Yeah, so when you're using like BeautifulSoup and stuff, can you do short responses? We would like the conversation to be way more interactive.
Sure. Use BeautifulSoup to scrape your website. Then convert the data to JSON. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good. Just wait a sec. We're just setting up. So actually, I already provided the necessary information. I wanted a JSON file to another robot. It did generate the HTML code and everything. It's working fine, but it's not actually pulling data from JSON file.
Got it. If you have an HTML file ready, you'll need to ensure your JavaScript code is correctly fetching and parsing the JSON file. Check that the path to your JSON file is correct and that you're using fetch or another method to retrieve the data. Do you need help with the JavaScript part?
So do we need the Python code for this to parse to generate the JSON file first, or can we do everything in JavaScript?
You can do everything in JavaScript. Use JavaScript's Fetch API to get the JSON data directly from your website. This way, you don't need Python for generating the JSON file. Is that the approach you're looking for?
That sounds good. Wait a sec.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know why this I can't turn off microphone. Okay, don't worry about it. Moving on. Hey, so can you provide instructions for another robot as to how the JavaScript should be structured for the chatbot to work better, to work properly?
Sure. Here's a basic structure. 1. HTML. Create a container for the HTBot in your HTML file, including an input box and a submit button. 2. CSS. Style the chatbot for a clean, user-friendly input. Send it to your server or API, and display the bot's responses. 3. Fetch API. Use the fetch function to get data from your server or JSON file. 4. Event listeners. Add an event listener to the input box to send the user's message when they press enter or click the submit button.
No, that's fine. So no, we already have the HTML. The HTML looks good. It's working really well. We're just worried about how it's fetching the data. So can you focus on that bit?
Of course, to fetch data with JavaScript, use the Fetch API. Here's a basic example. Fetch.json with refresh rate or format button to accept requests. Then process the data from your server. Console log the results. Replace the path with the actual path to your JSON file.
Wait, so we don't currently have the JSON file, so maybe do we actually need the JSON file? If we actually just scraping data off the website, that should be okay, is it?
Yes, that's fine. You can scrape data directly from your website using JavaScript. With the Fetch API, you can request the HTML of a page. Then, use the DOM parser to parse the HTML and extract the data you need. This method works well if you don't have a JSON file. Want to dive into how to do this?
Yes, but can you just not generate any code? Can you just generate instructions, prompts for another developer to update the JavaScript that we already have?
Sure. Here's how another developer can update the JavaScript. 1. Fetch the HTML to retrieve the HTML content of the page you want to scrape. 2. Parse the HTML. Use DOM parser to convert the HTML string into a DOM object. 3. Extract data. Navigate through the DOM to extract the data you need using methods like query selector. 5. Display in Chatbot. Integrate the extracted data into your chatbot's responses. These steps should help the developer update the script. Is that clear?
Yeah, that sounds good. Just give me a sec.
Yep.
Okay, so the website, the name is, the URL for the landing page is the following. Okay, let's see what Claude can do. Right, it says, I apologize, but I noticed you're trying to fetch that directly from a URL. For security and technical reasons, I'll show you how to I'll show you how to properly scrape and structure the data, but we'll need to work with the content you've already provided rather than fetching from live URL. So here is, wait, is this? And then it says, Claude does not have the ability to run the code it generates yet. Okay. Well, we were just running code before. When we had a better code before. Yeah, we had this assistant that was wrapped up in HTML code already. Okay, so we won't be able to test it straight away. Okay, let's deploy. Let's deploy. So have a new chatbot project. Let's do it quickly. Okay, we should have an index HTML in it. Sorry, I'm not showing you that screen because there's nothing really interesting. I'll just focus on the code. We'll just focus on the code. Okay, the HTML, is it the complete thing? Well, let's assume so. Then we also should have chatbot.js. Chatbot.js. Where's the copy button? Where is the copy button? There it is. Okay, open the live server and we have the robot. Hello, I can help you learn about BeautifulSoup tool. Try asking about specific categories or tools. Go EEG. Okay. So not actually scraping, are you? Can you give an overview? No.